person, 5-yard line. Tough to stop to get down in this field. Let's see what the Titans can do here. Here is Moog on the handoff. He goes around on the right side, tries to get the edge, gets about 8 yards. He's going to be brought down just shy of the first down. It'll be set.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And Mike,
Yes, sir.
glad to be here.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
I've heard comments last week you had mic trouble. They couldn't understand nothing you said, which they never do. But anyway,
That's true.
last week it was even worse.
Well, you know, Dad tells me he understands me. He tells me to get out.
I know how Dad is. Yeah, I know all about that. But anyway, hope your mic is working good tonight. And listen, if you're watching the show and there's something wrong with the picture or the sound, give us a buzz over here. We'll get dealing on it. They're putting up some insulation here and there, trying to cut this echo out and that kind of thing. So they're on the problem. We just got to know what the deal is. But just glancing over at the TV that's out here in front of us right now, looks like we got a pretty good picture. I hope the sound's good. Anyway, we want to welcome all of you to tonight's show, and we've got want to say hello to Dad, to Polly, and to Bill and Gay. And Polly's at home.
Yeah, sure.
Talked to Bill just a little bit ago, and he's sitting there watching. I'm hoping they're all three in front of the TV.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Polly's doing pretty good. We're still praying for her, and hope she gets where she can jump up and get around herself.
I hear that.
Yeah. So that's kind of the way it is, and she's got a lot of recovery work to do, but she's getting better, and that's great. But we're glad they're home watching, and I know she's glad to be home. So anyway, we got I don't know, about 12 minutes of fishing film. Mike finally caught a fish or two. Finally.
Yeah.
So we got them on film, and you know, we fished north Friday night, Mike and I did, and then we went back. We didn't have church service Sunday afternoon because of the holiday, and so we took advantage of that and went back to the lake on Sunday night, and basically stayed later than any night we've stayed all summer, Mike.
Yes, sir. Sure.
I wouldn't let him leave till he said it's breaking daylight.
Yeah.
I said, well, let's hit this one more place right here and we'll go.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we did, because we caught 3 good fish off of it. Was it 3 or I caught 2? Put 2 or 3. We had 3 good bites. I think we got, I know 2 of them in the boat. Maybe the 3rd one. I thought we got the 3rd one. No, you broke your line.
Broke my line.
Broke your line. That's right. Yeah. I told you. You ought to retie it knot every now and then. Anyway, we got some fish and film, and Mike's got 4, 7 baits laying here on the table, and well, that is only a few. I took a big piece of cardboard and laid it up on the front of my boat, and I got in the boat and went to throwing all the stuff up on top of it there that we'd used there Sunday night, and yeah, it was covered. It was like a big double handful of jigs, spinner baits, and trailers. So I throwed a few of them in a bag there, so he's got them laying here, and we'll go on into that a little bit in detail. First off, I want to thank our sponsors and that kind of thing. We may be getting a phone call here. Let's see. Hello, caller.
What's wrong, Steve?
Hey, Tony. Buddy, we just waiting to hear from you.
That's why Mike done caught all of them, ain't he?
I don't know if Mike will ever go back crappie fishing, Tony, just between me and
I know
you.
better than that.
Yeah, no, I don't know. He's had a whipping about 5 trips down there now. He's only caught 2.
Well, he's right here. We caught Saturday morning. We caught up to Tennessee under the bridge up there.
Yeah.
You go up there a little ways, you know where that great big old rock is next to the bank up there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Trees, that's where you get to it.
Yes, sir.
It's probably 37, 40 foot deep there. And that's where we caught them at.
Well, let's get Dylan to pull that picture up. There we go. That's them, ain't it?
That's them right there.
Yeah, buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them.
I went up through there 2 weeks ago. I went up through there hitting some of that structure up through there, and I couldn't catch nothing but stripe and catfish. They was everywhere up through there. It didn't make
We caught 3 catfish too.
Yeah. It didn't make no difference if I moved into 20 feet or went out to 40 feet. It was stripe and catfish everywhere I dropped the minnow down. So,
Well, we caught right there, that one tree right before you get that big old rock there, that tree, the big old tree in the water, under the water there.
yeah, I fished that tree and several others up above the big rock up through there on that deep bank, and couldn't find nothing but bluegill and catfish and stripe. So,
We fished about, I guess, 12:30 or something like that, got there at daylight.
yeah.
Did you catch any right after you got there, really, Tony, that early bite?
No, it's not about 8 o'clock for a counting thing.
About 8 o'clock. Okay. Okay. That doesn't surprise me. I'm just curious if they bit pretty early.
Well, it's moving the water quite a little bit.
Yeah. Well, they're dropping north pretty hard, so I figure they're going to, you know, they can only do that a day or so at Watts Bar without, or, you know, let it come up a little bit and then have to drop it to get it back down. But yeah, they're running north pretty heavy. Every night we've been up through there in Clinton across the bridge. It's been pouring over, you know, running the river there. And I tell you, the telltale sign is when you turn off there off of 61 and hit 95 there going to Clinton. When that river's fog is fogged up from there to all the way into Clinton up there, you know they're coming on with the water.
That's right.
So,
I'll get back with you next week. We're going to try again this weekend.
all right, Tony. Hey, good to hear from you, and holler back at us there next week, and I'll try to see you at work there next week.
All right, buddy.
See you, buddy. Bye. Okay, there you go. So they caught, you know, got 8 pretty nice crappie. You know, been catching up in the teens, but Tony's missed a few weeks due to, you know, death in the family and this, that, and the other. So maybe he'll get back in the swing of things, Mike, and, you know, we find out what's going on. We might have to make a crappie trip here in a few days or something.
Yes,
I'm looking for the stripe break to start just any time. If it ain't already.
Should have done started, yeah.
Should have done started on Watts Bar. You know, they get them minnows get out in the middle, they get pulling that water. Them striper, they liable to be anywhere up to Tennessee, them below Kingston, down there at
Thief
Gold
Neck.
Island, Thief Neck, around. Yeah, you just have to get out and look for them. You know, sure do. They're fun to catch, and you know, you ain't careful, you catch a bass on it, 2 out of them some nights at a time. So anyway, that's kind of what we got going on. I got a gentleman that's going to be on the show with me next week. I hope he's listening in. I talked to him a couple of times this afternoon. He's from over in the Robbins area. Out there on the other side of Sunbright, but he ties up these bass jigs, and he's wanting to bring a few over and you know, let us look at them, Mike, and talk about the fishing. He fishes a lot on Dale Hollow. Rodney Foster is his name, and we're looking forward to having him over here. I'm hoping he's watching the show. I told him how to get it on YouTube and watch us, so he may call in here in a few minutes. But if he's getting to watch it anyway. Anyway, we're looking forward to having Rodney over here. He, like I said, he's going to bring some of his jigs over, and we'll see how that goes, Mike. I just heard good things about it, and you know, about his baits and stuff, and his fishing on Dale Hollow. So we'll get some info from him. Hopefully, he gets to make the trip. All righty, folks. Do remember our sponsors. Just, you know, we can't do the show without them. No doubt about it. Let's see, Mike. Also, too, Dylan, put that up there on the YouTube. So there you go. Watch Let's Go Fishing with Steve Cox on YouTube, and go to youtube.com BBBTV12. And so you can tell all your friends and neighbors if they don't have the cable. Right there's how they can watch the show with. All right, tell me that again. Yeah, and it's on Facebook. So, Mike, you've graduated to the multimedia.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah. You know, or social media, whichever one you want to call it. You know, you're everywhere now. You can't hide. There's nothing that they don't know about you already, and if they don't know what they'll, you know, figure it out.
Yeah, well, used to I could play dumb. Now I can't play dumb no more.
That's right. It's over. Yeah, exactly right. Oh, Lordy. Anyway, we're glad to do that, and getting people watching us and this, that, and the other. Let me think right here, right quick. Anyway, let's see. That's one thing out of the way, and we're going to go to the film and get started on that. We've got about 12 minutes worth, and I'm tickled to death with that. Mike and I were talking, you know, earlier in the year we had a little daylight and you could see them jumping and breaking water and this, that, and the other. Before you got them to the boat in that clear water, you could get them out there 30 foot from the boat and see them pretty good. Now at night, we don't, they get off so easy.
Oh, Lord.
I told him, I said, listen, let's quit, let's don't grab the camera, let's get the dip net and try to get them in the boat, and then we'll film them. Yeah, because we just was, you know, losing a lot of fish.
What was it we ended up catching Friday night? Maybe 10 or 12?
I think it was.
Probably lost 30.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was just, buddy, I don't know. I think I had 15 fish on, or more, or at least 12 to 15 before I ever put the first one in the boat.
Yeah, I know it.
I said, I got one, get the net, you know, and get him up there, and you kind of slack up on the rod just a little bit, and if you done that, he's gone.
Well, even if you housed him as much as you could when he hit the top of the water,
break water and jump off. So it was 12 or 15 fish I had to hold up before I ever put the first one in the boat. And hey, I've swapped jigs with wide gap hooks on them. I've went to a short shank hook, a long shank hook jig, just 3 different styles of hooks.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And
heavy head, light head.
Heavy head, light head.
No,
Then don't make no difference. You know, it's just they're getting off. I mean,
like I told you, they're getting smarter. We're getting dumber one, because they can sure get off.
I've never seen the bait, but you can just feel them down there, buddy. They're just turning circles and flipping over, feels like, and
shaking that head,
throwing
that, slinging that bait back and forth. It's gone.
But Sunday night we held on to the fish a little better, I thought. We still had several hooks that we didn't get in, but we caught a few fish and caught some pretty nice fish. But anyway, the other thing was this. The fish seemed to bite better before the moon come up.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were on one point there Friday night, and I know of 15 fish, and we had a hold of on that one point.
Yes, sir. They was there.
I mean, we kind of circled around up one side of the point and then across the tip and kind of back down the backside. And shoot, we had a hold of 15 fish off that one point. And I don't know, we probably, maybe 5 or 6 of them we got in the boat. And but buddy, when that moon come up, we had 2 more places, and we hit, I guess, a dozen places that night, and we had 2 more places that we caught fish off of, and the rest of them we never got a bite.
Never got a bite off of it.
Just plain and simple. And so you know, 3 or 4 out of all the places we fished, we caught fish off of them, and then the rest of them we didn't get nothing.
Yeah, we couldn't figure whether it was the place or the baits, because we kept swapping baits, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but I'm convinced our Sunday night that it was the bait.
Yeah.
Because we done the same thing Sunday night, caught fish while it was dark, and when that moon popped up, and it only a quarter moon, but it got bright. And we kept fooling around there and get one and then get another one, and Mike kind of hit on the right color, and I said, hey, he caught 2 or 3 right quick, and I jumped down there and tied me one on, and then it was over.
Yeah.
We done pretty good the rest of the night after that. So we're going to go to the film, and Dylan, that'll be on Friday night, the 31st of August and the 1st of September. Folks, Mike and I just pulled in here about 8 o'clock, point 19, and a sight that I wouldn't have never seen here on this weekend was the parking lot is just about empty. There's 4 vehicles, one loading up, leaving, and another one loading on the ramp. And they usually, on one of these holiday weekends, this place is packed. But hopefully the water will be that way tonight, and we can fish about anywhere we want to. Stay tuned. Remember our sponsors, and let's go fishing. We hope to get back with you shortly. I'll get Mike, get the boat in the water here, so I can catch one. All right. Come on now, camera. There it is. Mike's got a pretty good fish on here right now, folks. We're going to look at him. Oh, yeah, I see him out there. Yeah, boy. Good. Good, and here he comes. Got him. Had to play catch, Mike, that dip net.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, boy. Good fish right there. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Okie dokie. Mm-hmm. You didn't let him swallow it, did you?
No.
Let's see here. Pretty fish. You need this thing right here, don't you?
Let me get today.
Bait out of the way.
Bait out of the way here.
Okay. Yeah.
Get it out of the way there.
Yeah.
Hold it.
Okay. All right. We get that fish off and get him back in the water, folks. So I got the zoom going now. Now then, there we go. Oh. Yeah, he's not a bad fish.
No, bad fish at all.
Huh?
No.
Good. Not a bad fish at all. You know what happened last time when I throwed him up in the boat like that dang jig hit me in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, come here, bud. Hold
I
still.
like to watch you catch them the second time there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He bumped that thing 3 times out there, then decided he wanted it. Yeah.
All right.
Pretty fish.
Pretty fish, too.
All right, back in the water. There you go. All right, folks, our Mike is with another fish. Man, we missed a bunch over there on that other point. I'm telling you what, I had them hooked, couldn't get them in.
Yeah, hit that on the way up. Well,
all right, get him back to water, Mike. Let's get another bite here. Dadgummit, that's 3 fish we've got in the boat, and we've had a whole of a dozen more. Had them hooked and couldn't get them in. So we're going to try it again here. I got dog, Mike. He just got off. Dad, blame.
yeah, don't need me to get the dip net then, is it?
All right, Mike's got another fish in the back of the boat back here. Camera's kind of fogged up just a little bit, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot better picture now. Okay, good deal, Mike. I don't know, was that 4 in the boat? We've missed 14 or 15. I can't get one to the boat. It's all come unhooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve got one in the boat finally without him throwing his bait.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, finally. He ain't a great big one, but I'll take him. The way things is going right now, I'll take him there. Yeah. I double hooked him. That's the only reason he didn't get off. Double hooked him. Yeah, look at there.
Yeah.
Come through the side of his jaw and back out his lip up there.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
That's pretty good. If you ever get him loose there, throw him back.
Yeah, if I can ever get him loose. He don't want to come loose for something. I finally got it then, right then.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, if I could hook every one of them like that, I'd be tickled to death.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back in the water.
Right in the water.
How many does that make in the boat? 5.
Lens covered. All right, went. There we go. Yeah. There we go.
Now, how many does that make in the boat?
6.
6, and we missed 3 in the last 4 casts.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Pitiful, Mike.
Yeah.
Pitiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay.
All right, Mike's got one on here if he don't get off. Looks like a pretty good fish. Oh yeah, it is. Dandy. Got him. We fooled that, Mike.
Reckon?
Yeah, I believe you did. I believe you did. All right. There you go. Good job. Good job. Yep, pretty good fish right there now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's number 7 in the boat.
Yeah.
All right, back in the water. Let's get another. All right, folks, our Mike is with number 7 in the boat. But man, we have missed a lot of fish. I mean, hook them and they just shake their head and get off. All right, Mike.
They got the know-how, that's for sure.
That's a fact. Okay. All right, Mike got another fish there. He ain't great big, but he's a fish. How many does that make, Mike, in the boat? 7, 8?
8, I think.
8, we think. Oh, it's been hard to hold on to them. I mean, there, look at there. Can't even keep them in the boat. Get you another.
He's got one on here.
All right, folks. Had to get a little drink of some green tea there. Well, Mike, as you can see, you get them in the boat, and you can't even keep them in the boat.
That's for sure.
Huh? I mean, if they hit the deck, they're gone. They flop off your bait while you bringing them in. They hit the boat, they're back in the water. So it's hard to hold on to them. And you heard me commenting there, man. I was just getting frustrated, and I was trying everything in the world to keep them fish from getting off. So anyway, we caught some fish, even though they did get off on us, Mike. But it was have that many bites and only boat the fish we did.
We've seen the time when you go up there and you just be glad to get a bite.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know,
Right.
we definitely got the bites.
Yeah, we did. We did do that. We've said that, yeah, the quantity of the fish up there is a lot better than it used to be, we think, and but the quality's not there. But we did catch a couple of pretty nice fish Friday night, and then we 3 or 4 good fish there Sunday night. So anyway, hey, we're going to take a quick break for sponsors right here, and let Mike get a drink of his tea over here, and we'll be back after we show this next film. All righty. Hey folks, I'm back here at Tim's Tires, and you saw the intro on the door, and they are also open on Saturdays from 8 to 12:30. And you know, I'm just looking at these tires. They've got lawnmower tires, they've got the small tractor tires, even the big tractor tires, and all these tires right here are for trucks and automobiles, vans, that kind of thing. And they've just got a warehouse full of tires, bringing them in all the time and shipping them out all the time. So if you're needing that set of tires, please come by here at Tim's Tires, Highway 27, going into Harriman on the left. To be on the right if you're coming from Harriman. And like I said, this place is just stacked full of tires. Brands, all kinds, sizes, all kinds, and if they just happen not to have the size or kind you're wanting and the size, just give them a call down here and they'll have it for you, usually by the next day and sometimes by dinner time that day. So remember Tim's Tires, and let them know you appreciate them being a sponsor of the Let's Go Fishing Show. Okay, folks, we're here at Service Pro Lube Center at A&W Plaza here. We're going to be a new sponsor of the show, and that's Dan Van Cleve. Proud to have him. Just a little shot of the business, and we're going to get some more info on that there for next week. I'm on the west end of Oak Creek at Service Pro. They've got 2 locations. One here on the west end, and just want to get you a picture of the business. And that kind of thing. So we'll have some more info coming up, but I did want to get them on the show for tonight. So remember that, Service Pro, east end and west end, and take care of your car servicing and that kind of thing. All right, folks, got Citizens First Bank up there, the logo and everything, the 5 locations. Show Tim's Tires and Service Pro Lube Center. I didn't realize that wind was that bad on the Service Pro down on the east end of town, or west end of town. I'll have to get by there and redo that, because that's not doing them justice. You couldn't hear what I was saying for the wind and the traffic. But they do have the 2 locations. Daniel Van Cleef is the owner of that business, and he's got the 2 locations. They do some minor maintenance work up here on the east end of town. Belts on alternators, that kind of thing. You just have to check with them and see. But those fine folks, we couldn't do the show without them. Citizens Bank, like I say, with the 5 locations. So anyway, we're going to cut to the other film and see if Mike does any better holding on to them. Actually had a day to think about it.
Did.
All right, do it there, Dylan. All right, folks, our Mike is with number 7 in the boat. But man, we have missed a lot of fish. I mean, hook them and they just shake their head and get off. All right, Mike.
They got the know-how, that's for sure.
That's a fact. Okay. All right, Mike got another fish there. He ain't great big, but he's a fish. How many does that make, Mike, in the boat? 7, 8?
8, I think.
8, we think. Oh, it's been hard to hold on to him. I mean, there he, look at there. Can't even keep him in the boat. Get you another.
He's got one on here. See if I can get the net.
Yep.
Yeah, he went all around the net, but he ain't never got in it. There he went.
Go, Mike. Got him.
I had him in it.
Watch you.
Trying to tear your net up to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let me find that hook. There we go.
Yeah. Nice
That
fish.
9.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Okay. Mike's thrown a pretty good fish up in the boat here. Easy now, Mike. All right, camera's got a little fog on the lens. Yeah, I think that makes number 12, folks, that we've put in the boat, but we've missed more. Unhooked that many more, if not more than that. All right, Mike, pretty fish. Back in the water. All right, folks, Sunday night, Mike and I are back up here on Norris. We're gonna see, we missed a lot of fish up here Friday night. Had them hooked, couldn't get them in. We're gonna try a few things different, change up some baits and see if we can get on something. Remember our sponsors, Let's Go Fishing. We hope we can get on some fish here and at least hold on to them when we do get a bite. We just had a whole lot of fish, just couldn't get them in the boat. All right, we're going to try it again here right now. So stay tuned. We hope to get back with you shortly. Mike's got a pretty good fish on here, folks, if we can get him in.
Oh, I see you just come on. Just turn one of them circles.
Pulling straight on him, pulling straight on him. There he is. Got it. All right, Mike. Good
Big as
deal.
I thought he was.
He ain't as big as I thought he was either, but he sure was doing some cutting up, wasn't he?
Yeah.
All right.
Doing some pulling too.
That's number 1. Number 1. Well, at least you're a 1 for 1.
Yeah. He stole my dang trailer off too.
Yeah. All right. Get you another one on there and let's go. I don't know, Mike. There he is. I don't think he's very big. Looks like a largemouth.
I believe it is largemouth there, man.
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah.
Hey. And what about that, Pascal?
Yeah. All right, put him back in the water and we'll see what's going on. All right, Steve's got one on here if he can get him in.
Get it off, Mike. Oh, yeah, I thought he'd weigh 4 pounds. Oh, that throw that hook in my finger. Yeah. Bitty boy.
All right, put him back in the water and see if we can
Get another.
get another too.
All right, folks, our Mike is for the big, good largemouth right there now. Nice one. Yeah. He sucked it up, didn't he, Mike?
Well, he did. He's hooked. I mean, right up between the eyes there, just
Yeah.
it's hooked.
Need the pliers?
Let's have something. Looks like
Heck.
it won't come out that way.
There we. Okay. Good deal. All right. Yeah, that's a nice one, buddy.
All right.
Sure is. All right, back in the water. Okay, he took that. Like,
Okay.
that's the kind of fish right there we used to catch a lot of.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Nice. That's a real nice one.
All
He's pretty, ain't
Yeah, buddy, he's pretty. He hit that bait like one of them red eyes, and I dropped it back, picked it up. He done had it.
he? Had it again.
Yeah, he's gone.
There you go.
Okay, now I'm gonna catch another.
Okay.
All right, there Mike is with another fish off the same point. Attaboy, Mike. All right, get another. All right, Mike, there's another good fish, buddy.
There's another nice one. He sure is.
Yeah, boy. Nice fish.
Yeah.
All right, back in the water he go.
Yep. Get him again next time.
Get him again next time, yeah. Well, dang it, Mike, I thought we had more fish in the boat than that. I never did catch up with how many we put in there. It didn't even show them we had there after the moon come up. And anyway, I don't know how that happened. Mike, let's talk a little bit about the bait selection. You know, we done said we went through everything in the tackle box.
Yeah. Yeah. We found a few on several different things. We had a green pumpkin, brownish looking jig we throwed. Of course, we was basically throwing around on the
Is Mike? Mine? Oh, I'm sorry. I must have my hand open. Go ahead.
the green pumpkin and black mix deal there. And I think you had caught one or two and had several on the spinner bait there that you throwed with a big trailer on it. And
Yeah.
you had been catching some on a purple with an orange chunk on it. And of course, you throwed something a little brighter there. I don't remember whether you caught any on that one or not.
Never had a bite on it.
And most of the time we was throwing that watermelon with red glitter. And
Yeah.
yeah, I seen you caught some on that
Yeah.
black and red.
Yeah. Sure did.
There's many other colors we throwed, you know, purple and brown
Yeah.
there, and solid blacks, you know.
You caught one on a solid black, didn't you?
You caught one.
Yeah, I caught one fish on
little
a
small
black jig and a black trailer.
Yeah.
And then caught a few fish, 2 or 3 fish on the brown.
Yeah.
So,
I kept fooling around with that Z-Hog, and sometimes I'd put the orange one, tipped one on, sometimes the chartreuse, and just all over and back and forth on it, trying it, and sometimes you'd find a fish on it, and a lot of times you wouldn't, but
right.
you'd go back and throw something else. I done pretty good on the brown, just that peanut-looking jig there. We caught a few fish on there
Yep.
at one time. So you know, it just, like I say, you just have to keep mixing up because you couldn't really get on anything. One thing that you'd say was catching them, and each point seemed to be different that we fished or bank or whatever we throwed on there, drop or whatever, even on the flats, you know, when we was fishing them, it just seemed to be a different bait every time you went to a different spot.
Agreed with that. You know, it's well, the fish were in that, I don't know, 25. There might have been a few bites less than 25 feet, but it seemed like to me, you know, we kept the boat bumping right around that 29 to 30,
Yeah.
30-foot range, and throwing in probably 18 to 20 feet type deal, and had a few strikes right at the end of the cast.
Yes, sir, sure did.
And most of them came out there right next to the boat.
They did.
And
Sure did.
so Friday night, you know, we're going to do this next week, if I can remember it, and Mike need to write it down. We get that fish tank up here, and you know, when you're pulling your bait out there 50, 60 yards from you, it doesn't come up like it comes up at an angle to you, you know, up off the bottom. Well, when you get it out there at the boat and you set it down, and Friday night was really good for this.
Yeah, instead
When we
of
was
it
up there
coming up
Friday
like
night.
this, you're bringing it more like
was,
that.
you know, when I just pop that thing up like that and dang it,
Yeah,
hey, sometimes it's the presentation to get that bite, and you know, well, the big thing was that was kind of the depth the fish were in, but we also had some bites out there at the end of the cast and halfway in, and this kind of thing, and you're trying to guesstimate the structure or the slope of the bottom that you're fishing. You know, is it pretty steep, or you know, 30 degrees or 70 degrees, or is this drop off bluff, or is it a flat, you know, and so you're trying to work your bait in, but when you get it out there next to the boat and you pick up on it, that thing's coming straight up, and you know, it just kind of pop that thing up off the bottom, and when you get back up on your rod tip, it'd be one habit.
well, you caught one when you throwed before it ever hit the bottom,
Yeah.
sinking down, he
Yeah,
hit.
sure
And then,
did.
I caught one after I fished it out to the boat, started winding it up, and just short struck me right there at the boat, and
It just followed it up.
followed it up and
So,
jumped it, you know.
you know, it just be prepared is all I can say. Like, they may hit it before it hits the bottom at the end of your cast, or they may follow it up when you get it out to the boat. But
That's the first strike we'd had, short striking like that last year. It was terrible about it.
yeah, fish following the bait. I agree. Definitely was. But all those things come into play. The bait color, and you know, like I said, I don't know what happened there on our film that we didn't have more fish after that moon come up than what we did, because I know I filmed them. But you know, we just as that moon peeked up over the top of the trees, it seemed like we hit a lull there.
Yeah.
For I don't know, we fished 3 places and never got a bite. There was a little bit of haze over the moon, a few clouds here and there, spotty, and then
That's when you said you was going to change everything. And
change. I said I'm going to change everything I got. So I put on a different spinner bait, different color spinner bait, 2 different colored jigs, and we went back at it. Well, we fished another spot and didn't get a bite, and then I think Mike he changed up and he put a copper crawl jig on.
Yeah, sure did.
And buddy, next thing you know, he put 3 in the boat, and I said, that's all right. I got 2 of them laying right here myself. So I tied me one on, and we proceeded to catch about 7 fish right there, and just no time flat.
That's right.
I mean, it was, you know, that was the only thing missing, was having that right color bait on.
Yeah.
And because we'd been fishing in the dark, and then all of a sudden here creeped the moon up behind the trees, and it got bright.
Sure did.
And with that clear water up there, used to, it didn't, I didn't think years ago the water wasn't as clear, so it took a half, I mean, I don't know what the nights, we've been up there on a half moon and less, and black was the color.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah.
black hair fly or black spinner bait. And,
That's right.
And that's all you need. And now it's not the case. You got to have some different color baits, and You know, a lot of the baits we were throwing were had some green in them. We got multicolored jigs, got 3 different colors in them. So, you know, it's just, I'm not saying a black, they won't hit. You know, if there's only one color that you'd let me have up there on that lake, it'd be black.
Yeah.
Saltwater plug, spinner bait, hair fly, rubber jig, plastic worm, it'd be black. And, but it's, you know, now it's changed. It's, you got, yeah, you gotta.
It's just like that tip and tipping that with just a touch of orange or a touch of chartreuse on it or something. Sometimes it works and then sometimes it don't.
Yeah, I agree. But you know, the water depth, like I said, we set the boat. Now, you know, there was a few times we were on a steep bank or a steep point break coming out, and the boat would be
50, 60 foot.
yeah, 45 to 60 foot, but we'd be throwing up there in 15 to 20 feet.
Yep.
And you just kind of keeping your bait down there on the bottom and caught a few fish off of them places. But, you know, most of the time on a medium sloping bank, we sitting in 15, you know, in the 25 to 30 foot range and that kind of thing. So anyway, if you get up there and you want to try them, and you know, it's just the temperature during the day, and the fish up there should get better, we think, as the water cools back off. But it's, you know, it's still 84, 85 degrees up there.
It sure is.
And you bait, like I said, when you pull it, you know, you're fishing it down there in 30 foot of water, and you pick it up and you grab a hold of it, that bait's warm.
Yeah, and you still see fish on the depth line right there deeper than that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but they definitely for the fact, Mike, there's no two ways about it.
They want to stay out there where that water's more comfortable than what they do up there in that hot water, but now they'll come up in it and feed.
Yeah.
If that's where the bait's at, you know, for them to feed on. But
Sure will.
they'll move around on it.
Okay.
But that sunlight has a lot to do with them too. In the daytime, they slide off the side of them places and get out there a lot deeper and hold during the day to get out of that bright sunlight.
Well, basically, that's about all we've got on the fishing that we've done this past weekend. Glad to get to go the 2 nights. Hopefully, weather will let us. We're going to try to plan on making another trip tomorrow night and see if we can catch some more fish and get some fish on the film, do a little better job of filming. But I haven't heard anything. You know, I hadn't got to talk to anybody about what's going on Watch Bar right now, other than Tony crappie fishing. Like I said, hadn't heard anything about the stripe breaks. And that should start any time. And like we said, what's going to happen is they dropping north pretty fast, and that colder water is going to make its way into Milton Hill and right on down, Mike.
Yes,
because
Sure.
yeah, it's just that way. That's the way the system works, and it, you know, that fog that we see there at the 61 intersection there at the foot of the hill will eventually get on down the river.
It sure will.
The only thing that'll change that is the Bull Run running there. Once it starts dumping in, then it's warm water. But that colder water will keep creeping on down the lake. Then the current, you know, naturally pulling Watch Bar down and that kind of thing. So maybe things will get better here before it gets worse, hopefully.
They'll be dropping Cherokee and Douglas too, and
Oh, yeah.
that's going to throw a lot of water coming down to Tennessee.
Sure does.
So
It
you
sure
know,
does.
there's going to be a lot of current going through Watch Bar down there,
Yeah,
and that Loudon's going to, and Tellico will run quite a bit too.
yeah. You know, they'll, Norris was, actually, it got pretty full this spring, and so there's been a lot of water. It's only down, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet maybe.
Yeah.
So,
They may end up holding that for a day or two up there with all that rain downstream from them down there coming
May
in, them hurricanes and stuff.
could do it. Hello, caller.
Hello there, Steve. How you all doing tonight?
Hey, buddy, we doing good.
All right. I was just gonna tell you, you hadn't got no sound on my TV.
No sound?
No sound at all.
Oh my goodness. Did it just happen or been that way?
Well, it's been that way. I don't know what's going on, but I just called and check in and see if you had any report on crappie fishing down there at Watts Bar.
Well, Tony Gallagher had 7 he caught down there last Saturday, and he said he fished from daylight to 8 o'clock before he got the first bite.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, you know, he's going to go back this Saturday, and he said, but is this you, Jackie?
No, this is Don. This is Don Stooksburg.
Oh, okay, Don. Okay, I got you. But where you calling from?
I'm calling from near Norris.
Near Norris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Dylan's checking it out right now to see if we got a problem.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what the problem is. I just thought it better holler.
Oh, are you watching on cable Comcast 12?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on 12. Yeah.
Well, if my wife's let me do this whole show without me having sound at my house, she's in deep trouble.
I heard that, but let's hope it's just up this way, man.
Yeah, I hope so too, and I hate that too.
Yeah, okay. Have you been catching some bass?
Yeah, we've been, we had 2 pretty good trips Friday night, then we went back Sunday night due to the holiday, and, whoa, wait just a minute. Let me see here. Okay. Hello? Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you. As my wife, she said, got a lot of popping and stuff in the background, so we've got an audio problem. But we had 2 good trips there, pretty good trips. We had lost a lot of fish on Friday night. We kind of made up for it a little bit on Sunday night, but we're throwing spinner baits and mostly the football-headed jigs. The big thing is don't be afraid to change colors. If you don't get a bite pretty quick, put a different color on. So,
There you go. Well, maybe it won't be too long. A lot of this boat traffic will be getting off the way. Settle down a little bit.
yes, sir.
Or doing better.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the way we got, you know, what we're doing is we're getting up there when it gets pretty quiet there about 11, 12 o'clock. Very few boats around.
Right. Okay. All right then, buddy. Well, you all have a good night and good talking to you and enjoy your show.
Hey, Don, we appreciate you, buddy, and listen, I hope that popping, my wife said it's doing a lot of popping and cracking on our end, so maybe something's going on here. He's back there checking things right now. Hopefully it'll come on here in the next few minutes.
All right. Okay, buddy. Well, you all have a good night.
You too, Don.
Okay.
Good to hear from you, buddy. Thank you.
All right.
All right, bye-bye. Oh, man, I hate to hear that, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I seem to have a lot of problems out of the cable. It'll come, screen will go blank, and then it'll come up there and say that it's interrupted. Sorry for the thing, and sometimes it'll come back on for just a minute or two. Sometimes it may be 30 minutes before it comes back on. You'd have to go to a different channel, and it's okay on it, you know.
On channel 12?
Well, I don't
Or just
necessarily
the
on
cable.
12, but just, you know,
Cable.
different channels, you know, it just seems like it loses it like it
Yeah.
did with the dish or something when the wind blowed or the storm come through or something, you know, interrupt the signal
Yeah.
on certain channels.
All right. What'd you say, Dylan? It's a Comcast problem? Okay. All right. So maybe there's something wrong with the cable. I'm sure Sherry's probably swapped channels to see if it's just here or on all the channels with them. But anyway, we hate that. Dadgummit, we really do. Listen, folks, we've only got about 6 minutes left, and I've got to show this stuff from my sponsors and talk about them for a few minutes here. And Reynolds Racing and Marine, you know, just great folks to deal with down there, and they got the Bullet boats, the Allisons. Glenn's still running the new 250R on the Allison boat, and he's saying it's getting better. He got 87, I believe it was, last week out of it. So, but he's not through testing it and doing some things to it. Not necessarily the engine, but that thing's got a different gear case on it, and they're trying to figure out which prop's going to run the best on it, and this, so that, you know, if you decide you want one of them, you already know what to do. And I told him, yeah, definitely, I want him to experiment with his, and so, because when I get mine, I want to fish, you know. Yeah, hey, I just want to blast off and get to my fishing hole and do that. I don't want to be out there trying to wonder if I've got the right. So I'm hoping he'll have all that figured out when I get ready for that. Got 4 minutes? All right. Listen, folks, we're going to sign off and let Dylan show the rest of our sponsor commercials there. God bless you all. Have a good week. We hope to get to go fishing tomorrow night, Mike.
That's right.
All right. See you next week. Hey folks, I'm here at Big Fish Outfitters. We're over here on 95, right before you get to the interstate. And man, I tell you what, they've got a good bait store here. Just kind of they've been around for a little while, but they're still stocking in stuff. But nice place. We're glad to have them as a sponsor. There's a picture of the front of the business, along with their sign. And we're going to go inside and give you a little look and see what's in there. All right, folks, we're inside the store, and I'm just going to walk around. As you can see, the walls are full, the racks are full. They've got quite a selection of name brand baits of all types. Maps, live bait, rods, reels, the bait buckets, zooms. It's just a nice, neat looking place. Can't go wrong over here at Big Fish Outfitters, and there's the line selection, wall full of everything. Just on and on here. We're going to get the reel cases they've got full of reels here. Displays. These two gentlemen right here, they're here to help you in any way possible. They've got the Costa sunglasses. 2 more cases full of reels. I mean, it's a nice shop. It really is. They've got Lowrance and Humminbird electronics over here. And if they don't have the model or size you're looking for, they will get it. And that just goes with about anything that's in the store. So come by here, Big Fish Outfitters over here on Highway 95, right before you get to the interstate, or right after you get off the interstate. So come by and visit them, get your fishing stuff. They've got all kinds of live bait in the back, everything from Chuck's 2-inch minnows up to the 12-inch gizzard shad. I mean, they've got it all. So don't remember that. We hope to get them back, get some more film here in a few days. Let's go fishing.
Country Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Sun is up, time's at hand. Hi, I'm Wade Spencer. I'm an avid outdoorsman who travels the country hunting,